here we are on the passenger side of the van, and as I said, I've got the window there on the van door. And this one also came with these add-ons of the wheels that not sure if that would have been one of my add-ons, but again, I had to go with what I could find at the dealer, because in order to get a decent price and being able to negotiate with the dealer, I ended up going with what they had on the on the lot. So, but I'm really happy with this color. I love it. It might be a little bit warmer, given that, but the darker color. But we're gonna have a fantastic fan on top, and I'm gonna have windows that open up on the side, and I'm just not really worried about that. I also am not into going and camping in warm places. I'm gonna go up north and up in elevation during the hot times of the year. Okay, so here we are in the inside of the van, and the only thing I didn't get that I kind of would have liked to have had was the 8-inch screen. I don't know why Ford has to make such a small screen that includes, your backup camera. It'd be nicer to be a little bigger than that for the standard one, but that's really my only complaint. Otherwise, I'm very happy with this new 2020 layout in terms of how the dashboard looks. You've got the screen placed much closer. And for older people like me who need to see that screen a little more close up, that's a lot better. You got plenty of cup holders here all around. And yeah, I've got in my van here, I've got an upper area storage. And now I just stuck these curtains up here because I just managed to buy these real cheap at a store. They were on a clearance rack, and eventually, they'll be part of my build out or even my temporary build out. So right now my van has, it came with the inner lining, and it's a dark gray van on the outside, and so it transfers to the inside, of course, the metal of the van, so you've got the darker gray, and then the panels that came with are black panels. Now this van is one that happens to have a side window, which is somewhat unique. That is a cargo side window, but I like that an awful lot, and I'm definitely going to be putting in more windows in this van as I do the build out, because I believe in windows in vans, and I think that keeps the van build out from looking too much like a broom closet, which I definitely do not want. Okay, everybody, here we are inside of the van, and I am showing you my very temporary build out that I am put together in my van. It is indeed temporary because I am ordering windows for this van, and they are going to take a while before they show up and then have to get installed. And I just can't wait to maybe take a short trip or just a weekend trip in my van. So I decided that for now I would put a very temporary build out that just took me a couple days to put together, and so I want to share that with you also because it gives you a feel for what I'm thinking of doing eventually in the permanent build out. So what I did was I purchased some inexpensive wallpaper, stick-on wallpaper, and some other kind of little trim that was actually on sale at the hardware store that just sticks on. And you can see I have not even finished doing that, but the idea of that was to cover those black panels which came with the van that are just made out of a kind of cardboard, but they're black and they make the whole van look really dark in terms of staying inside of it. So that definitely lightens it up to put those panels on there, or excuse me, that wallpaper on the panels. And I put in some rugs, and I put in a little bit of furniture here, a desk which I painted a blue color to match a little shelving that I also painted blue. And then I have some of these boxes. I actually have a total of 4 of these. I use these in my small van. They open up, you can put things in them. And then the nice thing about these, when you get somewhere, you can just stack them up. So I could stack them over there in the corner, once you're not moving. I will have to, I have some straps that sort of hold those all together so they won't move around. And but allows you to have a little seat here. So I'm going to sit down in this seat here as I continue to show you my van. And basically I found a metal futon frame that I got for free that is underneath here, and then this is a board from the hardware store, which I haven't even taken out of the package. Everything's kind of bungee corded together and then attached to the D-rings that came with the van, that are basically for tying things down. And I made a mattress by taking some of that memory foam and put it inside a duvet cover for the size of a twin bed. And basically I'm going to take these brown boxes and you just slide them over there. I actually have a third one. You line them all up and then you can just slide all of this over here, the mattress over, so it'll come out to be a full twin size. And then I have a chair that I'm going to place here at the desk, and I will hang, the chair folds up and I will hang it from the wall or stored under the bed or whatever when I travel. But I'm sitting here at the desk and basically have a very nice view of the outside, and I can set up here to do some painting with an easel here and you know, my supplies here. And in the future, you know, this if I had something like this over here, which I might do with a permanent build out, I would definitely have it much more shallow. You could take a good 7-8 inches off and then still have a desk or a space to work on painting and so forth, and that would open things up. But I also wanted to show everyone this kind of setup because I wanted to show how basically I'm thinking about in the permanent build out to put my bed something like the way I have it here. It would probably be a bed that when folded up, it would be a little bit not quite so deep, so it'd be a little bit further over to the right as you see it here, and and then it would slide out and the mattress would sort of slide down like that. But I really like that because I feel it opens up the van space. If you run the van from the side to side, which a lot of, excuse me, the bed up from side to side, which a lot of people like to do in the vans, I think that cuts off your space visually towards the back, and it doesn't allow you to go in and out the back unless you jump over the bed and so on and so forth. And I like that, going in and out the back. I like the idea of painting from the back and having some supplies back here, maybe having the bed slightly forward so to have room to have more supplies back there, and then maybe have some sort of a shelving here, whatever. I'm not really sure how I'm going to put this all together, but it's just temporary. And the other thing I like about this bed, if you're lying down and you're running all the way back to the back here, this makes a very nice setup here. I had my TV up there on the shelf the other day. In fact, we drove this van over to watch the 4th of July fireworks with my sister and niece, and we just had the luxury of watching the fireworks from the van with the screens on the windows. And yeah, it was really nice, and I even had the TV going, which I run off of my little portable lithium battery, which I've taken inside. But yeah, so the screens here, this is just that magic mesh type of screen you get for $12.99 at your local hardware store, and I extended it with some mesh that I found in my closet that I had left over from something. Again, none of this looks that great. This looks pretty horrible, but I will change it all. This is just all temporary. On the back, it's hard for you to see probably, but there is a mesh screen here, which was just left over from when I screened in my back porch at my house. And yeah, so that's about it. All right, and so a couple other key things are the bottle opener, which I put in right here for convenience, and then there's a sticker here I want to share with everyone. My niece gave this sticker to me. I feel that kind of sums up an awful lot of what I think about when I think of my well, my adventure in the van, and when I think of getting older here and trying to enjoy myself with what time I have left. So we'll definitely have to put that sticker up on somewhere in the back of the van. So I hope everyone's enjoyed this, and we'll definitely be keeping you updated on the actual permanent build out, which, as I say, is going to take quite a bit more time than this little build out that only took me about 3 days to do.